guys, welcome back to Stampaholics Anonymous. Today I have for you swatches of the 6-piece Rainy Day collection by Pretty Serious, and I am glad that we are finally swatching these for multiple reasons. A, because I really wanted to try them out, and B, because I really can't wait to put them on my new nail shapes, because I left like a space in there to put these 6 bottles, and there's like this big hole in the row of the Pretty Serious polishes that I now get to fill because I have now swatched all of these, or will have swatched these when this video is over. You know what I mean, right? So this is a 6-piece straight up cream collection, and this, let me tell you, it's a very fitting day for me to swatch these. I was outside a bit today. I had to do some shopping and had to get a few things and run a few errands, and it was actually like sunny and nice and rather hot for a September day, I would say. And yeah, when I came back I sat down to swatch these, and I'm not kidding you, it immediately started raining, which was very fitting, you know, for this rainy days collection. And it's very pretty and a very muted like color range. I really enjoy these. Let me run you through the polishes real quick, and then we get into the swatches, and then I'll let you know what my favorites were. So first up we've got a Pluviophile. That's a person who likes rain. It's, I would call it like a mauve, like a grayed out mauve-y kind of a thing. Brown and red in there, and then just a lot of gray in there. Very pretty. Next up we have petrichor. You know, that's the smell after it has rained. Every Doctor Who fan ever knows that term, I guess. This is like a grayed out blue. Blue. Everything is blue. This polish is blue. I'm sorry. Yeah, like a grayed out light blue. And then we have this pretty one here. Cloudburst is what it's called. It's a minty kind of a polish, also with like a lot of white or a lot of gray in there. Very closely related to the next polish in line, which is Misty. They are like really closely related, but Misty just has a lot more white or gray in it, and I think it's just, you know, basically Cloudburst but with more white or gray added. Next we have Overcast. This is a green, but this is a green polish. No, I'm not kidding you, this is green. Yeah, no, this is a gray polish, and it's like a warm gray, if you know what I mean. And I really like this tone of gray. It's not like muddy or anything, it's just a nice warm gray. Really like this one. Overcast is its name. And then we have the, I don't know, sort of an oddball to this collection, which is called Precipitation. But I think the name is kind of fitting, you know. It's a lot more watercolored. You know, it's a blue, green, teal kind of a thing. It does have some gray in there, you know, it's not just a straight up teal, but it is the most colorful out of the bunch for sure. So let's get into the swatches before I keep, you know, on saying more stupid things.
Alrighty, we're starting off with Misty, the lightest polish of them all. Please note that this is the only polish that I'm going to be swatching over my latex swatch base. I'm going to tell you why at the end of this. I'm going to show you 2 coats in the live application. I did end up putting a 3rd coat on for the swatch picture, just because, you know, when I was looking at the polish at a different angle, I felt like I needed a 3rd coat. But I think, in all honesty, you can get away with doing 2. Yeah, and I like the formula very much, even though I'm still getting used to the nubbins and continuously, I don't know, hit my cuticles. That's not the formula. The formula is awesome. That's just me sucking at applying polish on these short nails. Yeah, it was good in 2 coats, I guess, if you do it correctly and without a latex swatch base. Very nice and juicy, glossy on its own. I really enjoyed this one. right, next up is the gray polish of this collection, which is called Overcast. Same formula. You can see here that I'm swatching without the latex swatch base. It took me only 2 coats to get this one to full opacity. And formula-wise, this is also very good, easy to work with. It's not too runny, not too thick. It's really easy to apply it, even though Pretty Serious has like rather, small brushes. But I didn't have an issue. I was still able to get it into my cuticle area because of the nubbins. But anyway, 2 coats is all it took. Swatch picture is going to be without top coat. Next up is this nice mauve shade, which is called Pluvial Feel, and it's making me kind of a pluvial feel. Yeah, this one has the same formula as the 2 previous polishes. It was good in 2 coats. It was pretty shiny on its own. I didn't need to add a top coat. Maybe if you're gonna wear this out, you want to add like a good top coat to seal it in so it stays on for longer. But I really like the juiciness of these polishes and how shiny they were on their own and how easy they were to apply. Moving on to Misty's big brother, which is called Cloudburst. It's basically the same polish, but with less white or gray added. It also has the same formula that all of these polishes have. It was good in 2 coats, nice and juicy, easy formula, not too thick, not too thin, not running anywhere. And I'm actually getting better at painting my nails and not my cuticles as we progress through this swatch video. Yeah, it was fun to work with this one. Swatch picture is going to be 2 coats with no top coat. To this darker color, Petrichor. It's not the darkest. I mean, you could call it the darkest one. Funny story, this one I needed 3 coats. You can see here that the first coat goes on much sheerer than with the previous polishes. It's so weird that, you think you have the darkest polish of them all, and then it takes you 3 coats to be happy with it. But they dry like really, really quick. So I didn't mind doing 3 coats, but what you're going to see me do is 3 coats, and the swatch picture will be 3 coats, but no top coat. I just felt that I needed that, final coat to really get the color that was in the bottle, and to even out like any light spots that I still had on my nails. So maybe you can get away with like 2 coats if you do a thicker second coat, but I just did 3 even nice thin coats. moving on to the oddball of the collection, Precipitation, which is like the most colorful of them all. Yeah, but it has the same formula, and as you can see here, compared to Petrichor, this one goes on much more opaque on the first coat. So all I did was 2 coats. Swatch picture, as with the rest of these, will be 2 coats with no top coat added, because the formula is just so nice and juicy on its own. I really like playing with these because they were like so easy to apply and, you know, so foolproof basically. I like this.
You guys, that were my quick swatches. Quick update, the last polish that I swatched was Precipitation, and you can see there's a bit of stainage like in my cuticle area, but I'm not really blaming the polish because, you know, I've swatched 6 polishes and, you know, took them off with acetone, so my cuticles are on the dry side. So, you know, of course, like a darker or blue polish will stain them. Just a heads up if you are looking into getting these polishes. By the way, the Pretty Serious website should be back up by now. They were revamping, redesigning their whole brand design and the website and everything, but it should be back up by now. I'm gonna leave the link to the website in the description as per usual. So let's talk favorites. It was really hard for me to pick favorites. At first I was looking at this collection, I was like, meh, I don't think I want to have any of these. I saw Phoebe swatch these, but then they went, in that great big sale that Pretty Serious was having, and I was like, oh well, for that price, I might as well look at them and, look at some cool cream polishes and use them as base colors for, a nail art thing. But now that I have them in my hands, I really enjoyed these. I must say, I really enjoyed these. I put them in kind of an order. So my favorite was Precipitation, even though it did stain my cuticles a bit. And I also really like Pluviophile because, I don't know, it's a very peculiar shade and I like that. I really liked it. Then next up, Petrichor, Cloudburst, Overcast, Misty. That's sort of like the order of my favorites, from here to here, counterclockwise. Don't ask me why I arranged it that way, but that's just, how my favorites go. Overall, the formula was really, really consistent. This time around, I did not use my trusty old swatch base. I don't know what it is. Maybe the latex in here is getting old, but it started to do weird things to cream polishes, so I decided to swatch these like on my natural nail. No base coat, no nothing. To see how the formula actually worked, and that did them like a whole lot of good, and they worked a lot better that way. I seriously enjoyed these. Most of them were like good in 2 coats. They were really juicy, really, glossy on their own. I really like these, and I'm tempted to go back to the like pastel collections, the pastel pet names collection, and see if they, swatch just as nicely on their own as well without, using the swatch base. Maybe that was the issue I had with that one too. So that's my little review of this Rainy Days collection from Pretty Serious. I think it's a good collection to have going into fall and, going into the rainy season. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know which of these colors was your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, hit that little subscribey button down there, because once we hit 500 subscribers, and it's not far now, I can see the 500 from here. We're at like 470, 71 or something. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we will unlock another nice little giveaway once we hit those 500 subscribers. I've got all tons of, all kinds of goodness lined up for you, stamping plates, polishes. I'll tell you more once we get to the 500. Okay, is that a deal? But for now, let me know your thoughts on this collection down in the comments below. Yeah, that's it for today, you guys. I love you very much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!